Welcome back to 20 Years of Doom. I'm Temin.
I'm Red.
And I'm Malman.
We're going to the Hub 4, this one. I've switched to the Mage class.
Okay, if you shoot your weapon in here, you will make enemies aware outside, and they will actually be able to shoot through this wall and kill you.
Yeah, it's really something to behold. Luckily, these guys don't even wake up when I shoot them for some reason. Don't know what's going on
It's
there.
a scripting thing. It's a scripting thing. They're always like that. They don't activate until you get to the moat.
Oh,
It's like they don't expect you to see them when you're walking out. I don't know why.
That's really weird.
It is. Yes. Now, the wand. We're using the wand. I love this weapon. It is the only weapon I can say that I love in the Wizard's arsenal. The rest of them have something that pisses me off. It's infinite range, it's hit scan, infinite ammo, it pierces enemies, and it can't be reflected. So it's a big, huge screw you to hordes of Slottors and Centaurs.
Well, if you can get them lined up.
You just fire it back and forth like a spray hose.
Sure. That doesn't...
Like a really shitty squirt gun?
Yeah.
It does have all those positive, but it does like the least damage ever. It's nuts.
Whoa.
It kills as quick, if not faster, than the cleric's mace.
I guess. But yeah, we've got other weapons too, like the frost shards. It's got a weird close-up melee attack that kind of works differently from the far ranged attack, which is like this really weird spread kind of thing.
It's like a sideways cross. Well, more like a plus sign that's wide.
Yeah.
If you're not using it for the melee function, you're pretty much using it wrong, because the range function of that thing does so pathetically small amounts of damage and such a slow amount of time that you're better off just shooting with the wand.
Yeah, honestly, the frost shard's not one of my favorites. Also,
It's
go on.
okay as a melee weapon. It's okay as a melee weapon, and then you can use the statues that it leaves as barriers to protect yourself from enemies and projectiles. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. You'll probably, during the mage portion, see a lot of me speeding up footage of me plinking away at enemies with the wand.
That is the problem with the mage. It's boring.
Also, another weapon we have that I didn't... Well, I showed off a little bit earlier, but didn't really use too much. The Arc of Death, which is this crazy lightning ball thing that once it hits an enemy, it kind of stays stuck on them. It does a bunch of damage.
I was going to ask about that thing, because it looks cool as hell.
It costs too much mana to be something you can use on a regular basis. So
Also,
mind flasks.
Yep.
Yeah, the flasks are the old-fashioned hourglasses from Hexen.
Yeah, they're the time bombs of the ancients, but in a little green bottle.
Huh.
But yeah, right now we're in the what is this? The Castle of Despair, something like that. We gotta find these clock gears to put into a clock gear-esque place to make things turn, I guess, because that's what gears do.
Okay. I would definitely say that the more arcanely inclined might be the best for this job, then.
Sure.
I would say, if you were willing to go insane from boredom, I would say this is the easiest class to get through the highest difficulty on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Spend a lot of time playing Plinko, but
Yeah.
other than that, you know.
I love the Wizard's Wand, but it gets so boring after a while. It doesn't have that visceral feeling that the fighters got.
Yeah, and I kind of don't want to use the other weapons because I want to save the mana too, is the thing. I don't know, maybe I'm just being stingy.
Well, you'd think that because they cost so much mana that they would do more damage or be more useful, but really it seems like so far the mage is really the most inefficient class.
It really is. It really is, even more so in the fighter, which is hilarious.
Also, the mage runs the slowest, which is, it really sucks in the Doom engine.
I apologize. think that Mike picked that up.
No problem. I did it last time. Here we have the bloodscourge. I'm not using it properly, I'm sure, because it's not hitting them very efficiently.
Whoa, it's cool though.
It's an interesting weapon. It's basically the wand's big brother. It pierces and it has kinda homing capability, but not to the degree of a certain other weapon that we are bound to show eventually.
Right, yeah.
It is probably my least favorite of the three weapons. The projectiles can be reflected fairly easily, even though they pierce. They're not like this one. You can get killed by them versus Slotars and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, mixed feelings on it. It does its purpose well enough. A long distance, really high damage shot.
Yeah.
It's definitely not mana efficient.
No.
I mean, it costs less than the cleric's weapon, but the cleric does a hell of a lot more per bang for your buck.
Right. Again, we'll see that later. But yeah, we're doing a little switch hunt. There are these switches scattered around the castle walls that once you hit them all, these lifts activate and you can get into the well, on the wall here. Is that called something? Like battlements or something?
The ramparts?
Ramparts?
Ramparts, yes, ramparts.
There you go. Glad somebody's up on their terminology.
Here and there.
You ever play that game? Ramparts?
Never heard of
Oh,
it.
I didn't know that. No.
It was old NES, Super NES / arcade / old PC strategy game that basically kind of like a tower defense, but yeah, I don't know how to describe it, to be honest. Kind of a boring game, but it had its charms.
I think I know how to describe it, but Google could probably do it better. Hint.
Probably,
hint.
yeah.
But yeah, up on the ramparts, there are all these switches that lower these stairs in this remote location for some reason. And then once you grab the gear, this happens.
Those look like lava mace heads.
Fireballs.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Like,
deal with
you
it.
know, like the
Hey guys,
spiky ball head of a mace.
I had an
Whatever.
excuse to show off the chaos device there. Wasn't gonna just run through
That's
there.
what I always use those chaos devices for, like that one trap room with the 3 paths and the second hub.
Yeah, the boss level there.
Yeah, I was just like, nope,
this
nope,
is
not
cool.
dealing with this.
The clock is actually functional. Like
Yep.
the
Whoa.
hour hand moves when the minute hand does a rotation. It's neat, I think.
Nice.
So this is the Forsaken Outpost. We've got to get some books out of here, and you'll see.
Okay.
Books and keys. That's what this chapter's about. Mostly
I
the
like this
keys.
Definitely brought the right man for the job then.
Yeah.
I don't know, thematically speaking.
And if you remember from the, I believe it was the Sacred Grove, the secret level from the second hub, it said a door opened on the Forsaken Outpost, and we're finally here. So we get to see what
Cool.
that's talking about. Had to refill mana there. It's getting a bit low.
The wand does seem to be
Percolated.
pretty effective against.
Yeah!
Oh, nice.
Well, I only got one, but satisfying nonetheless. Look how many
Lightning,
portalators I have.
3 of them, no. The lightning does seem to be pretty effective against the Slotars.
Yeah, just because it's kind of relentless once it gets the once it finds the target.
Yeah.
Which is good. Very good. Well, I guess we can give the mage credit for that at least.
Yep.
Yes!
Against large groups of Slotar centaurs, so you're better off just shooting at the wand at them.
Wait, is the porculator like a shotgun wave of porculation?
Yes.
Yep.
Whoa, that's fantastic.
Which goes to show how poorly I used it in those tight corridors with a single enemy. But
Great against a horde. You just fire
I
a
can
couple of those
imagine.
and all of a sudden.
Mass hex. Good stuff.
yeah. There we go. See, it kind of works well when you have them all lined up, because you kind of chew through them all at the same time. But here we have the Liber Obscura. Something that's like Latin for something, right?
Liba Obscura?
Lieber, that's book if I had to guess, right?
The obscure book.
Just obscure book.
Or the hidden book, perhaps.
Hidden book, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Cannot use this item.
Especially in Hexen of all games.
Yeah. Or the secret book.
Oh. And just, in some cubby there's a rusted key.
Well, I mean, probably hanging up with all the other keys, but they got taken, so they just left the one that looked shitty and didn't go to anything.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That frost weapon is so useless at range.
Yeah, it really is.
Porculator.
Porculator. Hey.
I'll always go for some more pork.
Yeah.
So do you think the maze just like... Do you have to like smash it like a piggy bank and then it shoots out porculation waves wherever the statue is facing?
Yeah, that would be sick. Like you get a little dinky hammer to crack it open with. Also, I'm doing the wand thing like Malman was talking about.
Boring yet practical.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get enough enemies lined up, it could be damage efficient since you're hitting all of the enemies at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like if you were playing Doom and somebody gave you an infinite shot pistol and told you they pierced.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what the wand is.
Even fires a little bit faster than the pistol, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Well, if it does, it's very, very slightly faster, but yeah.
God, it really annoys me when I use the ultimate weapon and the centaur just blocks it with his jerk shield. Jeez.
That's why I hate those bastards.
Yep. Honestly, they justify the infinity more than the mutants from Wolfenstein ever did.
Yeah, sure. Oh man, I would have been saving that just for the centaurs.
We've got to hit some switches now. We've basically done everything else we could do here.
The reason why I was saying that the wand is so effective against Slotar centaurs, even though it takes forever, it keeps them from doing the block stance where they fire at you. They just go into their general block stance. You could just like spray them back and forth until they're all dead. I mean, very boring, takes a while, but it's safe.
Right. So we've got the Demon Codex, and this wall opens, revealing the secret level that was mentioned forever ago.
Ooh.
Desolate Garden.
I don't know exactly how to solve this room. I always do it blindly. I just know you have to hit a bunch of switches.
Yeah, switches will... You got like this tic-tac-toe grid, and each one has a switch. Sometimes it'll rise, and you gotta hit it. I don't know what it does. You just push a bunch of switches till you're done with the map, basically. There's like some weapons and stuff up there that you can get eventually. I don't get this level, honestly.
Just hit the things that keep on popping out until you're done, I guess.
Yeah, and, I'm not sure why this is the level that's, like, super hidden, behind other secret levels, too. Like, you need to beat the other ones to get to this, right?
Yeah, I don't recall if you have to beat this one to get to the next hidden level, though.
No, the next one's a freebie, I know for sure.
Oh, okay. This would be a good corridor to use the scepter.
Yeah, it would be. Too bad I didn't think of that.
I mean, you know what they say. Foresight's better when someone else tells you.
Hindsight's 20/20.
I mean, yes, but...
The wand's really good at taking these guys out.
Yeah, well, no kill, overkill. The platitudes.
Yeah, true.
The platitude
Pretty
with
much.
attitude.
What about a platypus with attitude?
Oh god, I never thought that far ahead.
So out of the three classes, though, this is the only one that has a basic weapon I would use at the very end. Clerics, I never want to use, period. It's crap.
Dinky
And
little
the
mace.
fighters is good, but it pretty much gets superseded the moment you get the hammer.
Yep. Look, Hexen is a flawed game.
I love it for its flaws, though. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as I know, there's nothing here but like weapons and junk. It's not a
I
very
want to say there's a chalice here.
crater of might, or
Yeah, crater of might. Yeah, I always call them chalices.
well, to be fair, they are in like a chalice kind of deal. Yeah, I'm just going around waiting for the switches now. I don't even know what the heck.
I think it's actually solved.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think at this point you could just go up to where you were and the door would be open.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I think it's.
Wow.
I think there's an item behind you.
Let's see.
It's like a little alcove.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Segment
another
of-
place to get a. Oh no, I'm wrong. But that's what this. It's if you miss a segment, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, was that... That stinger wasn't playing when you picked it up. That was part of the music, was it? That beep, that stinger note that started to play.
Oh yeah,
the
I think that was
horror
part of the
strings.
music.
Yeah.
That was the MIDI.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, forever ago, getting all the clock gears made this platform work, and it lets you access this.
Oh. That. Oh.
New
Hello.
level.
Yep, we're in the gibbet.
This level has some pretty good dick moves in it.
It sure
gib?
does. Oh boy, I can't wait. Which one are we gonna see first? I don't. Probably has something to do with the Shakespeare reference. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just got excited because I remember what we do in this level, and I accidentally hit the panic button, which also exists in this game and releases everything you have in your inventory.
Oh man, I love that. That's a thing.
And it's the backspace key too. Let's.
Delete. Delete.
Oh god, no!
Delete everything.
Escape, delete. Backspace, Control Z.
Put a
love
lot
to
of
see
healing
what-
items in here.
Yeah.
I'd love to see somebody use that when they have full everything, and just to mash on that button.
Yeah.
It might be fun.
Yeah.
Can you have more
Might
than
be
one
fun
Minotaur
till you
at
die.
once?
I don't know, actually.
Oh.
Um,
Bonus video.
I want to say
bonus
that you
science.
can, but I've
It would
never
be
seen it.
completely over the top pointless, but
Use it on
funny.
a boss. Bring out your bodyguards.
oh,
Be
if that
like, "You're
many
big and
Malatars, that many Malatars around, you'll probably get shot and you'll probably have friendly fire because you're not immune to his attacks. He can't
That's why
kill you
you.
on
That's
accident.
why you spawn all 2 or 3 or 4 of them, or however many you can carry, and then you run around the corner and wait until it gets quiet.
Oh, that's right. The lightning bolt can't break glass.
So here we have this headless
Huh.
statue. More on that later.
Hmm.
A headless statue. That
I'll keep it in
totally
mind.
won't be. That totally won't be important later. No siree.
Classic secret
You-
behind the bookcase. That's good.
It's actually surprisingly easy to get killed by that bookcase.
Yeah, it's yeah, with rotating sectors, you never know what's gonna happen. You guys are a bunch of jerks.
Yes, they are.
Well, now they're dead jerks.
This one, he's just in his cage, blocking. And you have to kill him.
There you go.
Look at that.
And did I spy another porculator?
All right, I gotta break my code of honor here. Quick save. You have to hit this switch, and if you're not right up on it, there's a pit there. Also, the bed crushes you.
Wow.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
This room got dangerous
They're-
all of a sudden.
They're really the first time you play this game, you are going to die in this room.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed.
yes.
Also, that's another death pit right there. You'd think it'd lead to a secret or something. No, it just kills you.
No.
And, of course, behind the other bookcase, we have the haunted library.
Gotta have a library.
Yeah, Anyone got any guesses what we got to do here?
Kill everybody.
Well,
Everything.
We're gonna
I
read
mean-
books. Lots of books.
well,
I mean, that wouldn't be my first guess when you go to the library. I hear they're actually really violent places.
oh,
In fact, librarians are probably some of the most terrifying creatures you'll ever meet.
yeah. I see what you're getting
Yeah.
at.
They are typically like old women with stares that are beady and soul piercing. Every video game or comic I've ever seen one in.
Oh,
Actually, you know what? That reminds me of the librarian Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking
yeah.
of that. There's also the librarian from Don't Starve, Winterbottom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
anyway, we played librarian and put the books back, and for our efforts, we got mauled by bishops.
Hmm.
And
So,
we got a little.
and what?
Well, after I stopped dinking around. Come on.
If you don't know where to put the books, this is kind of like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, honestly, it's barely different. The texture. Alright.
Pixel hunting.
York's
Yes.
skull.
York skull.
Alas,
Huh.
poor
Well-
Yorick.
You'll probably do a bunch of wall humping in there.
Yep. And it's
Yorick.
probably a good idea to get out of here real quick too, just cause.
Oh no, it's gonna be completely safe in here. Hey, where'd the floor
Oh my
go?
goodness.
There's another one that you will probably die the first time you play. You'll just be standing, fighting, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm falling.
The floor's not lava,
Remove-
but it's
yep.
also just not.
Yeah.
Had to risk my life for another arc of death too. No reason.
He removed his head and returned to the floor. Now he returned his head and removed the floor. Whoa!
Wacky Town
I thought-
Castle, jeez.
Thought this was a chapel, not a haunted house. Well, anyways.
But yeah, doing that lowers this, which lets us get to the sewer.
Sewer level! Sewer level!
All right.
Oh god, it's already awful. Hell.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which means we're gonna have a bunch of those terrible fish monsters.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Just knee deep in the raw sewage. Yes, medieval sewage.
If you can time it right, the ice weapon's actually pretty effective against those guys.
Yeah, they
One
can be.
touch.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
hit with the frost shards.
It has to be
Oh,
a
it's
touch
a-
though.
okay.
It can't be the shotgun thing because
Yeah.
that will not
No.
kill them, even at point blank.
Alright, now I understand why the ice hands is a melee weapon. It's a touch attack.
Yeah.
Going back to D&D stuff.
That's pretty much literally what it is. It's a touch attack.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that.
I didn't know
even
that
though it
was
sucks.
a thing. Look, I've only
Yeah,
ever
touch
played
attacks
Baldur's
are-
Gate, and I just saved scummed my way through that game. I had no idea what
It's
I was
alright.
doing.
Baldur's Gate had spells that they literally called them touch attacks, so you know you might have used them, not
Yeah.
realizing it.
Maybe. I had no idea what I was doing in that game. You could
alright.
you could lead enemies out of the room and just cheese them by leading them in and out of rooms. It was great.
That's not cheesing, that's called tactics. And as sad as it is actually kind of a legitimate thing to do if the terrain allows for it.
Well,
I always preferred the strategy of loading up on summoning wands and spells and just filling the rooms with skeletons and kobolds and hobgoblins
Oh my
until
God.
everything was dead.
Oh,
It's like, hey,
this-
Saravok, take on 30 of these guys.
there's the dungeon key. Yeah, Saravok, that was one where I couldn't run away, and I spent like a good time, fighting him and his goons.
Summon monster and animate dead is your friend in that fight.
I
It
had
was such an
like
effective tactic, they nerfed it for the sequel.
I had
Oh wow.
I had like Imoen and one of the people from the start of the game, and that's it.
Wow.
To deal with that, there were a lot of save loading shenanigans in that. Man, I never thought I'd be talking about Baldur's Gate on this.
Well,
I don't know.
there's parallels, fantasy weapons, classes.
Right.
D&D came up, ergo Baldur's Gate's pretty famous.
Sure.
Tabletop in general, since the setting and all that.
This is a game that has some obvious parallels to fantasy / D&D stuff,
Yep.
Yep.
But
especially in multiplayer.
we're using the dungeon key we got from the sewer allows us to get to the dungeon. But we'll see that next time.
Would it be considered
Ah.
spoilering to talk about the multiplayer only item?
No, the Mystic Ambit something or other.
Yeah, and it does something different for you. That was a good one. Yay! You died there. I'm happy. You died there again. I'm even happier.
Yeah.
If you didn't die there, I was
Oh my
going to
God.
be sad.
Thanks, Yorick.
Oh wow. You lived, but
Oh,
what? You fall more?
that is a dick level, and it's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I must be a bit of a masochist because I actually like when games do that.
That's the Castle of Grief for you. And gives
Definitely
you,
a griefer.
Aptly named.
Yep.
But
On
yeah,
point.
the item in question does something different for the 3 different classes. The cleric heals, the mage restores mana, and I can't remember what the fighter does, but
He
I
boosts
think
armor.
Yeah, so it really brings it even more into line with the whole D&D idea.
But yeah, and that affects like all nearby players too.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really cool to have a game of Hexen going. One person playing the fighter, one person playing the cleric, and one person playing the wizard. Never mind the fact that then you don't have to double up on weapons. So
Very nice.
yeah,
It's good stuff. But yeah, next time, the dungeons. We'll get our way out of the Castle of Grief. The end.
later.
See you later.